The advent of the fearless pirate queen marks a transformative era in which women defied societal norms to claim power on the high seas. Historically, piracy has been male-dominated, but figures like the Dread Pirate Gypsy redefine this narrative, embodying the boldness and audacity that challenge gender roles. The fearless pirate queen represents a shift toward inclusivity, highlighting that leadership and bravery transcend gender. In relation to the story of Gypsy, this point signifies her rise not just as a formidable pirate, but as a revolutionary figure who commands respect in a world traditionally skewed against her. The significance of this era is profound. It signifies the breaking of boundaries and the assertion of agency by women in a domain where they were seldom seen or heard. Gypsy's leadership aboard the Golden Tempest exemplifies this new age, operating a crew that values skill and daring over gender. Her exploits make her a legend, inspiring those who hear of her deeds to rethink what they know about pirates and what they expect from women of her time. Real-world examples are scarce but impactful. Historically, Anne Bonny and Mary Read were pirates who defied conventional roles, demonstrating that women could be as fearsome and capable as their male counterparts on the seas. These historical precedents lend credibility to Gypsy's fictional narrative, intertwining fact and fiction to magnify her legend. Support for this idea is woven into the fabric of shifting societal views. As more stories emerge of women in powerful roles across history, the notion of a fearless pirate queen becomes more believable and celebrated. Critics might argue that romanticizing piracy overlooks its brutality, but Gypsy's story is not one of glorifying violence. Instead, it's about the allure of freedom and agency. Challenges to this concept include the pushback against redefining historical narratives. Some question the emphasis on inclusivity in traditionally male narratives, arguing it alters historical accuracy or downplays the hard realities of piracy. Yet, such criticisms only underscore the importance of stories like Gypsy's. They challenge biases and expand the scope of historical fiction. The dot of the fearless pirate queen connects directly with Gypsy's journey and the rise and fall of the fearless pirate queen, a lost era showing how individual narratives contribute to broader cultural shifts. They influence perceptions of leadership, courage, and defiance, blending mythical inspiration with historical impact to form a tapestry of empowerment that enriches the main topic. The Dread Pirate Gypsy, a figure whose name carries as much weight as a merchant ship's hold full of gold, stands as the fearless embodiment of an era long past, a time when the art of piracy was romanticized even as it terrorized those it touched. With a persona as vivid as her patchwork clothing, the concept introduced here centers around Gypsy's undeniable call to the sea, a compulsion that drove not only her actions but also the narrative of her life story. This thematic motif of the sea's irresistible lure is paramount to Gypsy's saga. It defines her existence as a pirate, fueling her to defy the rigid societal structures of her time that sought to confine women to domestic roles. Her life as a bold and daring pirate leader challenges gender norms and highlights a woman's struggle and triumph in a male-dominated world. This narrative encourages modern reflection on themes of leadership, gender roles, and the quest for freedom. In the real world, Gypsy's story mirrors those of historical figures such as Anne Bonny and Mary Read, notorious female pirates who defied the conventions of their era. Like Gypsy, these women were known for their bravery and strategic acumen, challenging not only the men they sailed with, but also the societies that marginalized them. Similarly, in the story of Ching Shi, a former prostitute turned pirate queen, we find echoes of Gypsy's audacious spirit. Ching Shi commanded a fleet of hundreds of ships and thousands of pirates, showcasing brute strength and unmatched strategy. The idea that the sea calls to individuals like Gypsy and her compatriots, driving them to life's fringes, speaks profoundly to the human desire for exploration and adventure. Where many found peril, these pirates found freedom, a narrative that draws admiration as much as it incites controversy. Critics argue that glorifying piracy overlooks its underlying lawlessness and brutality, a valid counterpoint that tempers romanticized depictions with moral complexity. The allure of the sea, as depicted through Gypsy, acts as a connective thread throughout her story, influencing everything from her personal relationships to her tactical decisions on the high seas. It is the very heartbeat of her narrative, influencing her motivations and engaging audiences in a deeper reflection of what it means to be truly free. In her pursuit of this freedom, Gypsy's tale becomes a microcosm of the broader societal struggles for agency and self-determination, making the call of the sea a powerful symbol and an enduring aspect of her legacy. The golden era of piracy refers to a period from the late 17th century to the early 18th century, when piracy flourished across the world's oceans. This era was marked by bold seafarers who defied naval powers to plunder valuable treasures from merchant ships. For the Dread Pirate Gypsy, the golden era of piracy represented not only the height of opportunity, but also her rise to power. With her ship, the Golden Tempest, Gypsy became a formidable force on the high seas, commanding respect and fear. The significance of this point in relation to the rise and fall of the fearless Pirate Queen, a lost era, lies in Gypsy's transformation from a mere pirate to a legendary figure. Her audacious ventures during this era underscore the lawlessness and opportunity that characterized piracy. Gypsy's exploits highlight themes of freedom and rebellion against oppressive systems, which resonate throughout pirate folklore. One real-world example illustrating the Golden Era's impact on piracy is the career of Bartholomew Roberts, known for capturing over 400 vessels. Similarly, Gypsy capitalized on the chaos of the era by seizing merchant ships with her trusted First Mate, Quinn, by her side. Another example is the pirate haven of Nassau in the Bahamas, which provided a base for notorious pirates. Gypsy's creation of a similar haven underlines her strategic acumen. Supporters of the romanticized view of the Golden Era argue that pirates like Gypsy symbolized resistance against empire-driven exploitation, offering a counter-narrative to imperialism. Critics, however, view this portrayal as glamorizing criminality, noting the violent and exploitative nature of piracy. The challenges associated with the Golden Era include the eventual crackdowns by powerful navies, leading to the decline of piracy. Gypsy's story is intertwined with these challenges as the relentless pursuit by naval forces eventually threatens her reign. This era of piracy also invites alternative viewpoints. While some see pirates as liberators, others view them as threats to global trade and security. Gypsy's rise during the Golden Era of piracy influences other aspects of her story, setting the stage for her inevitable fall. Her boldness and cunning at the height of her power contrast sharply with the vulnerabilities that lead to her downfall. As navies grow more vigilant and alliances shift, Gypsy's saga shifts from triumph to a tale of survival, capturing the essence of a lost era defined by the allure and peril of the open seas. In the tale of the rise and fall of the fearless Pirate Queen, a lost era, the opening chapter introduces us to the Dread Pirate Gypsy and her steadfast companion, the First Mate Quinn. Gypsy's story begins with her undeniable affection for the call of the sea. This call signifies not merely an attraction to the waters, but an embodiment of the freedom, adventure, and danger that define a pirate's life. The vivid description of Gypsy's vibrant attire and colorful ship, the Golden Tempest, symbolizes her daring spirit and distinct personality, setting the stage for the audience to understand the depth of her character and the era she dominated. This point is significant, as it establishes the foundation for Gypsy's journey and her command over the seas. Gypsy's legendary status is amplified by her ability to not only heed the call of the sea, but to conquer it. The significance lies in the fact that the ocean, a timeless symbol of mystery and freedom, is both Gypsy's home and battleground. Gypsy's life illustrates the duality of the sea as a source of sustenance and peril, mirroring the daring choices pirates must make. In real-world history, the concept of the sea calling to individuals is often epitomized by explorers like Ferdinand Magellan, whose voyages were sparked by an insatiable curiosity and quest for the unknown, or Anne Bonny, whose rebellious nature led her to break societal norms and take to piracy. These examples underscore Gypsy's role in the narrative as an archetype for the adventurous and unyielding spirit that compels one to embrace the uncertainties of maritime life. Opinions supporting this view recognize the sea as a canvas for bravery and exploration, echoing sentiments that embracing the call can lead to greatness. Yet, challenges arise, as detractors might argue that the romanticizing of piracy overlooks the harsh realities and moral ambiguities entailed. Moreover, the alternative view that some individuals are drawn to the sea due to socio-economic factors or as a means of escape introduces a complex dynamic to Gypsy's motivations. This point about the call of the sea deeply influences the broader narrative by shaping Gypsy's interactions with her crew and the adversaries she encounters, fueling the conflicts and alliances that drive the story forward. Gypsy's connection to the sea intertwines with the themes of loyalty, rebellion, and the pursuit of legacy, making it a pivotal aspect of the unfolding saga of the fearless Pirate Queen.